What else? What else? Come on, come on, come on. Just let's go.
Good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of Rubbin Minds, a show where young people discuss issues like you've never seen before. And to kick off the show, I'm actually by myself for the first segment, which is the news review. And we're going to be looking at the highlights from the week. We have the 21 Chibok girls freed after 900 days in Boko Haram camp. Wow, that was the news everybody was waiting for. Everybody was excited. It was, could this be true? But then the evidence was there. The names were released and they were able to meet with the vice president as well as the wife of the vice president. And a lot of people had a lot of mixed emotions because the question was, what happened to have this release? What was done? And that leads to another news highlight, which is where the Nigerian military unhappy over release of 5 Boko Haram commanders. So the question was this what was done to get the release? But nevertheless, it's good news. We have these girls back, and the prayers are, according to the president, that more girls will be released, so we can just keep our hope. You know, this also reminds us that we should never give up, because all the people who have been campaigning to bring back our girls, this is success. This is a victory for them. Then we also had the President Muhammadu Buhari, and his wife in the news. So his wife granted an interview to the BBC, and then the story of the other room came about. He said, my wife belongs in the kitchen and the other room, and that trended on social media. Even if you didn't read it or you didn't watch the video, it was all over. There were memes about what the other room is and if the role of a woman should just be in the kitchen. I mean, there were even some quotes back to what the former President Goodluck Jonathan's wife said about what President Buhari was going to do with women. But President Buhari came out to say that it was just a joke and it was just a comment that was not meant to be taken any seriously, according to his media aide, Garba Shehu. Then we also had, following on last week's news, DSS to arrest even more judges, and now the trials will begin soon, because Nigerians have been saying, is this just another arrest? Is this just something for the media? Remember last week it was all about the fight on corruption being played out in the media, but we can expect more judges to be arrested as well as trials to begin. Then, unfortunately, we had a bomb blast in Maiduguri, many dead in a fresh bomb blast. Sometimes we're already hoping that this was something of the past, but then again, it just reminds us that the security situation is something that we should all be vigilant about. Remember, if you have any suspicions or you see any suspected activities, please report it as soon as possible. Then we have Asiwaju Tinubu hailing the withdrawal of charges, forgery charges against Saraki and his deputy Ekwere Madu. And that was again something that we discussed on the show, that those charges shouldn't have even been placed first. They should have done their homework, and then the proper charges should have been filed. And then we have Governor Udom sacking all commissioners. Again, what does that say? If the commissioners are not playing their part, then the governor has that right to replace them? Or is this a case of time to switch the cabinet so that other people can enjoy? Well, those are the things that people were asking. And then Kwara APC suspends party chieftain. Again, the APC, some people have been saying for a while now that the APC house has been divided, and this coming again begs the question of, is this party ready? Then we also had the President Muhammadu Buhari also saying that the Chibok girls are going to come back. I think that's the big takeaway, the Chibok girls returning. And again, 900 days, it can only be up from here, because now is a chance for a renewed beginning, a fresh beginning, a fresh start. And I know Nigerians are ready to play their part one way or the other in making sure that these girls are integrated into society and there's no stigma attached. So those were the highlights from the past week. We can't take all the highlights, but the show will continue right after this break. And I do have a guest in the house. Stick around.
Let's dance now, it is my turn. Just walk on through.